Ooh. This is gonna be hard. Not to. Okay. Hey. Hey. So look. Hey. Okay, so YouTube said don't do nothing. It's not copywritten already, but it's so funny how I already did it, so now I gotta play an instrumental. Hey, so I'ma spit some bars from my mental. If you don't really know, it's about to get cold. Yo, what it do? Yeah, it's Ray looking at you on my podcast, High Definition Jamz. Now I know my post is backwards, but we're gonna get it right. Y'all, I'm playing. Like, no. Before, I'm not even gonna. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. Y'all already know what it is, so we about to get with it. Yo, it's the High Definition Jamz show. Bald head, scallywag as your host. Hey, yo, Ray, what's up? You better let him know what's up. What? You already know I gotta do my. What's up, y'all? Yes, we switched around. Okay, look. I did a little freestyle because apparently all of a sudden now YouTube and Instagram has caught on to the fact that I've been playing music that's from other artists. And it's just like, bruh, I was doing this the first 2 episodes and now I say something. So now I gotta somehow figure out how to play like instrumentals or something. But it's not about, the show's not really, it's not about me. So I don't even like feel comfortable playing my music or even me freestyling. Because the show's not about me. Like, I don't know, y'all, we're going to figure out, just like how I'm still figuring out the setup. Apparently this is not really that much better. But it's all good. It's all good. I think the other way around might look better. We're going to get it together. Everything has to start somewhere. Everything has to just, you got to get things together when you get things together, when something is just starting to blossom and bloom. So I feel like maybe the other way might be better. I don't know. But I got a updated sign coming soon next week. That's the reason why I kind of turned this way to see how it looked. But maybe I should just wait till next week. But it's okay. It's going to be here by next week, so it doesn't even matter. We still working the kinks out. It's all good in the hood. It does not stop me from doing my show and highlighting y'all. And speaking of highlights, so today, my highlight artist, I always like to give these artists an introduction before I do it, before I tell them, before I, you got to give them introductions because it doesn't matter if you're mainstream or underground or you even just started. It don't matter. You still deserve the proper introduction as if you are a celebrity already. It's the way you put the mindset and perspective in your head, right? So, look. So this artist, before I say his name, it's like when you say his name, it's like when you bite into that piece of chocolate or that particular ice cream that's your favorite flavor. Or if you like butterscotch candy to caramel, it melts in your mouth. No, nothing derogatory, nothing like that. But it's just like his name rolls off your tongue. It's like It matches the vibes he gives in his music, which is like, to me, when I hear this artist's music, and yes, he's from the DMV, but yeah, like, it's like when it's with his sound, it goes with his name. It's like he do trap hip hop, but it's got like a little groove to it, but its own groove. Like, you ever heard like a DMV sound, even though it's still not DMV sound, it's his own way. But you ever heard a trap sound that's got like a groove to it? No? Okay, well, maybe it's just me, because I'm about to show y'all what this groove is. So up tonight is my good man's JayySuave, and that is JayySuave. One whole name together, no space and no misspelling. I spelled it right, so nobody think that I'm slow or something because I said 2 Y's. Yes, it's 2 Y's. So get it right, get it tight. So, so JayySuave is my highlighted artist for this evening's show, and when I tell y'all, I'm gonna be presenting 2 of his singles. They're on all platforms, and his name is spelled in the way it's spelled on all platforms. And the first song is called Party and Wasted, and then the next song I'm doing is Special. Now that's for the special somebody, but then you go to the party and get wasted to probably bump into the special somebody. I gave you a bean for your bean. Okay. So yeah, Jay, man, like, I think I remember him telling me, correct me if I'm wrong when you do your interview, that he hasn't been doing his music career for long. But when he told me that, I was like, nope, he's lying. It's okay. He's joking. He's just trying to be humble. It's okay. It's fine with me. No, because it's like, it's one thing when you can tell that it's somebody's first time in the studio or recording, and you can really tell, because it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely your first rodeo. But when I heard the first few songs by Jay, it was just like, wow, like, you couldn't even tell. Of course, we're all in the part where we're still growing in our craft and learning something about our craft, about ourselves in our craft, where our art can go, how far we can do it, and stuff like that. So everybody's in the room of growth, even me. Like, I know that I'm probably not even where I'm going to be yet with my music, and I'm a little scared of that because I know what I have. But when you know what you have, and you know, and you're mature enough to know where you can grow and where you can go with it, it's just confidence, and you just keep working at it. So Jay really has like this groove with that he twisted, and it just blows me because he be saying, when he said that he hasn't done it wrong, but it's like, bro, you did the most genius thing. You added some type of groove to trap, and it's just like, and you sit here and tell me yourself, no, he's lying. It's okay. But nah, alright, so this first song I'm gonna play for you that is on all platforms by Mr. JayySuave, Party and Wasted. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about when I say groove meets trap. Alright, so here we go. Let me turn it up to the highest max, okay?
It's amazing how I'm young and I'm gifted. All my business, people chasing the bag. You can't relate, that's it. Goddamn, I be moving weight like a truck on my time. Work extra buses, poor niggas call like the cluckers. Woman for sweet, bustin' down, call them suckers. Making moves like a scholar, I'm moving up on the roster. On my LA Dodgers, just cuffed in the crib. Really stay long and foster. Dice brawl, real good, fresh fade from the bar. Fresh fade woman like Santa, candy juice my high seat. I don't mess with no family. No, they birds of a feather, these bras flock together. They do. Gin and pan, I call it your son. I ain't here to wife. Either you fucking or sucking, shawty. I ain't your husband. Now get on your knees, now baby, give it to me. We like pills and a lead, sexing on ecstasy. Smoking, baby, drinking, baby, trying to your face. Smoking gas, sipping crowns, spitting game to the ladies. Now I'm worried about a hater, we just stacking this baby. Party, 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 yeah, it's all getting wasted. Smoking, baby, drinking, baby. sipping crown, spit again to the ladies. Never worry about a hater, we just stacking this paper. Fuck this club up, little mama come and dance for me. I could be the one, baby girl, just take a chance on me. Young rich nigga, yeah, you know I keep a bag on me. Fresh ass whip, brand new paper tags on me. I just want the money, now I don't want these bitches. I want you by my side when I'm counting all these riches. You say you insecure, cause I'm like I show these pictures. You got me stressed out, so I light another switcher. Like, baby, where you at? Can you come and see me? I just wanna lay up, fall asleep, no TV. I ain't got no time for games, it's better only be me. And if it's not, I'ma slaughter that bitch, scream free, They wanna paint a perfect picture of me and the family. That's why y'all see y'all in this party that these hoes are lurking. So when I get them in the sheets and it's time to go act a freak, I don't trust them around my seat. That's why I'm snatching purses, although I put them on a pillow. I make sure there's a barrier between me and the filler. I need a double cover, it's right about time to drill her. So I pulled up in that Barbie so she know that I'm that nigga. That nigga, and this the nectar. Hold on to the scepter. Got two bitches doing flips on the dick, that's a trifecta. Lenders that riddle, hit the plug for the tree, I'm the connector. FBI banging at the door, be my body inspector. That lights are on and I still don't know what's wrong. When I call them to see, cause she copy color her move. It's really in the shit, what a way to Johnny, baby, use that. Trying to say it's really when it goes that. Party, get it so can't waste it. Smoking, baby, drinking, baby, trying to get paid. Smoking gas, sipping crown, spit again to the ladies. Never worry about a hater, we just stacking this paper. Party, get it so can't waste it. Smoking, baby, drinking, baby, trying to get paid. Smoking gas, sipping crown, spit again to the ladies. Never worry about a hater, we just stacking this paper.
Like I said, y'all, that was JayySuave, Party and Wasted featuring Big Slime. And, I am not going to get this right. NE64EW. Please hope the young man does not get mad at me because I might have probably said that wrong. But that was Wasted and Party by JayySuave on all platforms. And I told y'all, it's like trap, but it's like groove. Like, it got a groove to it. I like that. All right, the next one I'm going to pull up, because for some reason, YouTube's being retarded. JayySuave's next song, Special. Like I said, it's like basically you going to that party to get with it. And then, like, you go and bump into the person that's probably going to be special. But according to them, if she's doing unnecessary things with her mouth, can't wipe her. So, who knows, right? Who knows? All right, give me 1 second, y'all, because for some strange reason, YouTube is being dumb. And we don't have time for the technology situation at all. Okay, now why is this thing acting stupid? Look, this is why we all need to fast from social media and technology, because don't this stuff ever give y'all a headache? And we just be so on it, like, I don't understand. Like, why won't it? Found it. It's okay. We got it. We're fine. We got it. All right, so Special is from his project called Sensual Sensations. And I would say, I can't remember what song it was that you had me do. And you already know how these commercials go. You had me do for you, Jay. And that one I actually like the most out of the whole project. But I cannot remember that song. But you let me do a little promo thing for you. Before I play this song, I want to tell y'all about this project. Like, he really went into his, like, his own way of doing, like, Pretty Ricky. Like, literally, like, it was one of them type deals. Like, he did it. But I told y'all, Jay has, for some reason, figured out how to add groove to trap. And he just does it so effortlessly. But you know how he humbly says he hasn't doing it wrong. So, whatever. Alright, so this next one we'll play is Special by JayySuave, and then we're gonna get him in for an interview and keep it going with the show.
When I see your emotion, are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Special little lady, driving me crazy. Good stuff in your tongue. Move, girl, amazing. Happy when I see you. Emotions are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Special little lady. Oh my, you are amazing. Her love for me. Oh man, kiss me craving. These thoughts on my line. Goddamn, I keep a bed. Your charms so sweet. Oh yeah, her persuaded. By the curvations, we're back. Red fine, blank time. Other women ain't envy. Your body, what a shame. Boss chick never bother. Real humble, what contain. Ain't worried about no man. Tryna hit you, get to game. Ooh, how you do what you do? How you move? Ooh, how you groove in the shoes? Don't miss a move. Ooh, sex makes me sense. Gonna shout your name. Ooh, you're good for the break. My stress away. Special little lady, you driving me crazy. Good stuff in your tongue. Girl, amazing. Happy when I see you. Emotions are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Special little lady, driving me crazy. Good stuff in your tongue. Girl, amazing. Happy when I see you. Emotions are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Special little lady. Oh my, you are amazing. Her love for me. Oh man, kiss me craving. These thoughts on my line. Goddamn, I keep a bed. Your charms so sweet. Oh yeah, her persuaded. Locked in grab mode. Ain't nothing but been above. Screaming intimidated. Don't need to ask for nothing. Boss chicks never bother. Steady running up the check. Ain't worried about no trick. Talking crazy. How they nut. Ooh, how you do what you do? How you move? Ooh, how you groove in the shoes? Don't miss a move. Ooh, sex makes me insane. Gonna shout your name. Ooh, you're good for the break. My stress away. Special little lady, you driving me crazy. Good stuff in your tongue. Girl, amazing. Happy when I see you. Emotions are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Special little lady, driving me crazy. Good stuff in your tongue. Girl, amazing. Happy when I see you. Emotions are racing. Good love and affection. My heart is pacing. Ooh, JayySuave, JayySuave, JayySuave. Ooh, JayySuave, JayySuave, JayySuave. Ooh, JayySuave, JayySuave, JayySuave. Ooh, JayySuave, JayySuave.
All right, y'all. Hold up. You already know what I gotta do. You already know what I gotta do. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Man, look. Once again, that was special and party and wasted by JayySuave. That is JayySuave. SE is language. Yes. Don't mind me. Alright, Suave, you already know what to do. I already know you on live. Request to call in for your interview. And please, Lord, please let this work. It worked for Muncie. And it needs to work for you. And all the other artists I have lined up for the weeks to come. So, Jay, if you can do so, request for a call in so we can get your interview started. Bars. Don't mind me. Like, y'all, I'm really excited about today's topic because I really do hope that it encourages, I'm just calling it, encourages, but also just teaches you something. But more so about yourself. But let's go ahead and get this started. Waiting for JayySuave. Please stay connecting. Please. For the life of all of us. Connecting.
Yo, what it do? You see what I'm walking?
It is Mr. J.
Yeah.
Suave himself. I'm clumsy, y'all. Please don't mind me at all.
Walking
Yo, what's
up. You always see. You see the drip.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Yes.
I gotta turn this up.
Let me get a close one. Let me get a. Woo.
Oh yeah, there you go.
with the
Oh,
drop.
y'all, if y'all don't know, you about to find out. That hat is made by yours truly. Come
Tell us, Sean,
shop
what's
with
going on?
moi.
Yeah. Facts,
Oh,
facts.
that's love right there. You wearing that hat. Like, show them what it look like. Show them what it look like.
I got you. Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Woo.
Looking nice
Yeah.
on you, though. It really do.
Thank you.
Nah, thank
All thanks to you.
you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is the Groove King himself. This is JayySuave with us, man. Like, my first question is, why you want to sit here and try to lie, be
Oh
humble,
man.
and say that I haven't been doing this long? But no, you've been doing it. You've been
Well,
doing it.
I've been writing music ever since I was like a teenager. Keep it 100 with you. Now it's like as far as recording wise, I did a little bit of recording back myself, like on my own PC. When I had like the little, it wasn't a cheap mic. It was like under $100. I bought back from Best Buy some years back. And I had like I was working on Pro Tools myself. Now I didn't know nothing about mixing, mastering, none of that type stuff. I was just like literally finding beats, recording, and just like even just freestyling or rapping to it, like writing my bars on and rapping over it. And so I like was really going around like high school, giving like certain people like little custom made tape CDs I made them with that, just to get people feel for it. And then I got a little singing background too, not to brag or nothing. That's why I like doing a lot of my own harmonies and backgrounds. Lord knows I can't hit some of the notes I used to, but that's cool. I got a vibrato, and I do what I gotta do sometimes. Anyway, to make a long story short, but to answer your original question, I got a little discouraged as time went on, because like I don't know, I wasn't getting like the feedback I wanted. So then I was like, damn, like maybe this shit really ain't for me. But then I like about let's say late 2018, I got back with my good man who had been rapping for a little minute. He was like, yo, Jay, like you really need to get back into doing music for real, cause like you got talent for real, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I started, I waited some months after that. So early 2019, heading into 2019, that's when I said, okay, I'm gonna make my big bang. And ever since now to present, look what I've been creating. So that's why I say it's been a short period of time for real, but.
Nah, but it sometimes it takes that one voice to tell you no, you should be doing this, like because that's what happened with me. Not to talk about like rap, because it's not about me, but to give a good example, it's just like that's like me. I had my one of my closest friends. We're not close no more, but I will always give this to her because she's my very very first manager. It's two 20-year-olds don't know what we doing.
Right.
It's her first time managing. This is when I was really getting to my career. And she even told me somebody was hating on me at that time, and she said they was like, you hit. She really talking about bars like that. She was like, no, I really do hear something in her. Like she gotta have that one person. So it always takes that one person to be like, nah, bro,
Right.
you need to do this. So that's a real like the old man's is real. Definitely.
Yeah, he really uplifted me to get back into doing his music. So
definitely. And y'all keep those type of people around you. I'm telling you, because I watched this one video and it said there's always a Judas in the group. You don't know about the Bible, you don't know who Judas is. Just know there's always that snake in layman's terms in your group that's hating on you because they see your shine. So that's real people's like, yeah, that's your man's for real. That's a good storyline though, because it's like that's inspiring because that can tell the next person who felt the same way, like I'm not getting the views, like maybe this is not for me. And it's just like, nah, like do it. Sometimes you gotta help and construct people, make them better. But if you genuinely see something in somebody, don't let them sit there and put whatever their art is to waste, because that's in them for a reason. So that's shout out to you, because you didn't have the choice to do it. Like you could have just been like, he just saying that like because he's my man's and stuff, like and you didn't have to pick it up. But I'm proud that you did pick it up, and yes, you took it by storm and by the rain, and you are doing good.
Thank you.
No problem. My next question is, what made you, maybe if you didn't peep it, but like, what made you want to put like the twist of like groove? Like, where did that like influence come from in your music?
I was laughing the whole time you kept saying I put a twist on trap, because it's crazy, because it's like I don't even consider myself like a trap rapper or nothing. I try to like basically what you said. I put a twist on things. I like 808, them type of beats. I like beats with bass, but I'm versatile too. So that's why I told you like I can adapt to pretty much what's in front of me. even if I don't really get a feel for it right off the bat, but 9 times out of 10, like if you give me a little minute to like really sit down and listen to the beat, then once I find my vibe, then I just know how to attack it. So really, I just go off of like vibes when I write my music. That's how I came up with like all my work. So yeah,
That's why I was like, maybe he doesn't know this, but it's like you added some type of groove to like
good. It was good, people.
808, because usually people take 808 and put it to something hard all the time.
Right.
Like,
Right.
when really it's like, no, it gotta be like a bop. Like, it's gotta be something that's still gonna make you rock your head, but it's still gotta be like something that
right.
you still have, like a rendition of it that you haven't heard of before. Makes it more unique.
It's like I try to find ways to like put sneaky wordplay in, but like in a chill way. So it's like I want to fuck people's head up, so they'll have to really listen. But I don't want it to just be like, okay, you know, he sound like every other DMV artist. I'm not doing a little ooh, you know, I ain't doing all the little pauses and the little. I'm not doing 100,000 punch-ins when I do my music. Not disrespect nobody, nothing. I done been in the studio with niggas that punch in like every ball. I'm not. It's okay if that's your thing, but when you listen to music, you should still be able to hear motherfuckers when they taking that breath, so you know that shit's official. When you hear that, then you go into that. I don't gotta talk. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I got you.
The facts.
That's what's up. My next question is like, somebody asked me this question, and it's a really valid question to ask, especially when you know your route in life isn't behind a desk or not a 9 to 5 and stuff like that. But it is a valid question, and it's based on kind of like if your vision, we talked about that last week, is really clear for yourself. Is there a plan B?
Plan B with this music stuff? Not really.
Or plan B in general, like.
Let me put it to you like this, Ray. I never really was a plan B type of person. I look at stuff like whatever I put my mind to, I'm gonna accomplish it. And if I feel along the way, that's what it is. But like, don't get me wrong, it's been stuff I've put it on before. I'm gonna keep it facts. Like, I ain't been like this way. It took me years, and with me progressing and getting older, to really, you know, get settled in what I really want to do. Because outside of music, like I said in my music, no cap, my rap, I'm a CEO. I run my own business. Like, you know what I'm saying? While still we working a 9 to 5, you know, job. So it's like I'm like very busy, multi-talented, and I'm just doing a plethora of different things. And I'm just trying to just like, the music thing is like, I'm not gonna say it's a necessity. It is. I'm starting to make it more of a necessity in my life. But at the end of the day, I gotta go with what pays the bills and what brings the bread in. And that's doing what I'm doing well and work with my hands and doing a lot of other things and using this.
Yep. And that's the smart answer. And somebody asked me that, and I said no. I have multiple plan A's. Like, it's multiple routes you can take to get to where you're going, and you can always expect the unexpected, even from yourself. Like, you may think, "Oh, I'm gonna go about it this way because of an album," but you pick up something else that ends up being the thing that helps you open the door, and it brings all of it together. So that's actually the most like smart answer, because that just shows faith in yourself and you believe in what you're going after. Because if you say that, yeah, my plan B is, it makes it seem like you psych yourself out without even getting to whatever it can actually go to before it gets there, basically.
Right.
So
and the main thing, before we go, you know, to your next topic, the main thing I want to say on that, to piggyback on that, is like, when you got your mindset on something, your plan A is going to like lead into other things, open up other venues. So it's like with this, my business wise, if I really like blow up the way I'm planning to and get as big as I plan to, I'm just going to invest more in my music. And if my music takes off before my business grows the way I want to, then I'm just going to take that bread I get from that and put back into my business. Because I need my money to work for me. So.
Nah, for real. Nah, that's real. I hope somebody is listening, because that's real.
Facts. You got to work for anything you want.
It's right. And it shouldn't even matter if someone says, well, I hope so, or, well, how do you know? Like, nah, it's not about none of that. It's either we're going to do this, or we're going to do this. Like, it ain't no I hope so, or we shall see. No. If you're going to believe yourself to the fullest. Don't even have.
Don't have that. Because you're going to feel if you have it.
Yep. So yeah. I really appreciate you taking this time, man. And I'm so glad, thank you, Lord, that this worked. Because it's been a struggle.
I've seen.
But I really appreciate you so much for keeping it real and dropping some gems too along the way. Because you know,
Right.
a lot of people thinking that because of what's going on, this is gonna be it. No, bro, just keep going. Like
Always. You gotta
just keep
believe in
going.
yourself. You gotta be first and foremost, you gotta be your biggest supporter, and you gotta love yourself, you gotta believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, I mean, I'm pretty sure that sounds cliche,
But
but
it's true.
if you don't, who the hell else gonna believe in you if you like, you know? So
And that's crazy because that goes right into tonight's discussion. Yes. But
great minds think alike.
man, for real. Thank you so much, JayySuave. Again, y'all, that is JayySuave,
Much love.
JayySuave on all platforms. And he got the drip on his hat by yours truly.
You already know.
Come shop with me. But thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jay. So much. Stay tuned in. To bring people in, whatever, you know, like that. But that goes right into the topic. So I'm gonna go right into this jump before Instagram cuts me off.
Appreciate you, Ray. Much love. Thank you.
Man, much love to you too.
All
Keep
right.
going, man. For real, you got it.
Same to you.
Thank you. All right, y'all. And it's crazy because that literally goes right into what I wanted to talk about: self-love and gratitude. And Jay said it the best. It is self-love and self-belief. If it don't start with you, nobody's going to believe in you. And it don't matter if it's 10 people, 20 people, 5 people, or one other person than yourself. It don't matter. It's the fact that there is someone or some few people that believe in you, all because you believe in you. So going right into tonight's topic, self-love and gratitude. Taking care of yourself and being grateful. That is important, especially doing right now, because people are like thinking, oh, well, I might as well just not even worry about this idea. I might as well just not even worry about doing that. Like, you do realize you're stealing your own happiness, right? Like, you do realize you are stealing from your future. You're stealing from your peace. You're stealing from everything that you have already worked for and planned. You're stealing it from yourself because of the simple fact of you were thinking that, oh, we're just gonna not worry about it, especially because of what's going on right now. Nah, bro, don't do that to yourself. Do not hear me. Do not do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. What you should be doing is loving yourself, perfecting your craft, loving your craft, and be grateful, especially right now. People, it's quick and easy right now for people to be like, oh, I don't have a job, so I don't have no money. And, bruh, be grateful at the fact that you can wake up every day under a roof in a warm bed with electricity, running water, and some food in your fridge. Look, because it really is hard for a lot of people right now who don't have the pleasure or the leisure to wake up even in a house, to wake up even to have food. Some families are eating the same thing every single day. Some parents are not even eating so their kids can eat. So this is the time where self-love and gratitude is highly, highly important, and it needs to be contagious so that when you give it off, the next person's going to feel it. So what happens when you learn self-love? You will experience less anxiety, because I know people right now are stressing out. Don't do that, because you're going to get pimples and headaches. And you're going to lose sleep. And everybody want to come out this joint glowing and with no bags under their eyes. Okay? So you have less anxiety and depression. You're more optimistic. You recover from stress. You have healthier behavior changes, such as you exercise, you change your diet, or you just feel good and better inside and out. And this is helpful during this time because everyone's self-care is affected because of stress, doubt, fear, and panic. You do realize you wreak havoc on your mind when you're constantly watching the news and they giving all opinions. That's not helpful. Watching the news, that's not even really giving the message of hope. You do realize you're stressing because you keep wondering, oh, when's the next check going to come? When is this going to come? Trust me, I'm saying this out of the truth and honesty because I'm the same way. I have my moments too. But you have to understand that stress, doubt, fear, and panic will not get you anywhere. And it's not just because of what's happening now. It's because in life in general, even after this blows over, stress, doubt, fear, and panic and confusion is not going to get you anywhere. It's going to cloud your dreams and your visions. It's going to cloud whatever your plans are. Even if your plan is just to go on vacation, but then you sitting here want to go on vacation to get some mental clarity for yourself and get out the house and even out the country. Trust me, I'm trying to be there with y'all too on somebody's beach. Amen. So, but it's just like, How you want to get to the next destination if you still stuck on what you're afraid of, or what's stressing you out, or what's probably stopping you? Self-love and gratitude is what you need starting now, and even after this over, and then until it's your last day of life. Okay? Why is self-love important? One, it adds years to your life. I'm so serious. It really does. It does. Allows you to focus more on your future and your goals. Because when I always use this example because it's so true, blinders. When you have blinders and you don't let yourself get distracted, and sometimes distractions are not a person, place, or thing. Sometimes the very distraction is from ourselves, allowing us to procrastinate, to stress out, to fear, to doubt, worry. That sometimes is what causes us to lose focus and back away from our goals and think that this is not going to happen. Especially when this virus is going on. People are thinking that because the whole world is at stop and pause, and some of us like me who's out of a job, you think that this is it. This is not it. We're transitioning, y'all. And sometimes things have to stop to be reworked in order to go to the next thing. So right now we're at a stop so that we can all work on our craft, work on our vision, our business, our brand, keep working on our jobs if our jobs are still open, and work on ourselves, okay? When you're at work constantly and, you're out going to the club and all that stuff, like, they kind of all take away from sometimes you spending time with yourself and taking care of yourself, especially when you're in a relationship or you're out with your friends a lot. You don't give that time back to yourself. And sometimes I have learned this too, because I'm a workaholic, okay? I find something to do every single day just to keep making progress, just to keep building them bricks, like I mentioned last week, in our house for our dreams and goals. But sometimes taking a step back is not a bad thing. Sometimes taking that step back to see the bigger picture, to give yourself breathing space, is a form of self-love. Sometimes cutting off certain people that you call friends, yeah, they may not be too much of a bad influence, but sometimes they're taking too much of your time. You gotta cut them off. Like, sometimes, and this is no judgment, if you want to smoke weed, drink, that is on you, hunty. I don't judge nobody, because I used to do the same thing. But it's up to you if you want to quit those things. Because sometimes people actually need it for, because herbals are not as bad as the government presents them. But if you are going to walk in the will of God and what he wants you to do, or you just want to do the right thing for yourself, you want to cut those things off. Like, and this is not for everybody, Sometimes it's harder for others. People's wills are not as strong as others, and that's okay. You are human. It's okay. But certain habits, places, and people are going to strip you from the time you need to love yourself. Somebody needs to hear me, because we're all learning. It's not just for y'all, it's for me too. We all learning right now. It also gives more positive outlook on your feelings and perspectives on yourself. Love yourself, because your subconscious or your spirit, whichever one you want to consider it as, does not know the difference between a joke and when you're serious. So if you sit here and say, "Oh, I'm ugly," even if you're joking, your inner man is not going to know the difference. So you always want to be kind to yourself. Mind you, this is a lesson for everybody, including me. But we're going to all learn together, So, but it changes your outlook on you. Like, don't worry about if somebody rejects you, because at the end of the day, you should love you for you, no matter what your flaws are. It don't matter if you got a big nose. They don't think it's a big nose. It don't matter if you got a big head. It don't have a big head. It don't matter what your body proportion is, ladies. It don't matter. Because when you love yourself, that gives off an energy and power that attracts the right people and the right things to you. How to achieve self-love? Speak kindly to yourself. Like I already said, your inner self does not know the difference between joking and being serious. Treat yourself. You can go on dates. Okay, now look, I haven't done this because it's going to feel awkward to be in public eating by yourself, because I don't know how people do it. But now me changing my perspective, when I do see people eating by themselves at restaurants, it's like, oh, now I see it as, okay, they're treating themselves out to a date. Mind you, your bills are only bills. So at that point, you can spend your money on whatever you want, because you're only paying for you. It gives you time to be in a different environment. It gives you time to eat some good food and be in your own thoughts for once. Gifts. Like recently, and I don't care. I have no problem telling you this. I bought a chain that says Savage, and the chain was $4. Do I care? No. Why? Because we balling on a budget, and I'm not really pressed to have a real chain. It was to commemorate a song that I wrote. And I bought myself lashes. And that's the only two things I have actually bought myself during this whole pandemic. I'm not going to hold you. Except for toiletries. And it's cool with me because the fact of my mind is focused on giving back. And building a brand business of my own. But it's also, I'm going to, in the process, do things for myself that I don't need no man to do. 16. Or just have fun. Do fun activities. It don't really matter. Do something fun for yourself. Go out and I don't care if you go to the playground and swing. Or ride them little old razor scooters from back in the day. Or skateboard. Ride a bike. Skates. It don't really matter. Do something fun with yourself. Yes, Top Golf and bowling and all them places are closed, but make up something fun. Have a game night with your family, because I'm thinking about doing that with my family. Have a movie night, a Netflix and chill with yourself. Just treat yourself, because yourself deserves much love as you give to anybody else. And when you love yourself, you will be open to more love to you. Separate yourself from any negative energy. People, places, or things. Anybody who's like, anything that doesn't add any happiness or peace or even productiveness. Is that a word? What's the word tonight? To your life, like, just cut it off. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do that, because especially if you had an attachment or a connection to that person, place, or thing. But you have to understand, it is for you, not for the other person. If they don't like it, then it was never for you in the first place. Trust me, once again, we're all learning. And it's just like, yo, well, what is happening, sis? But we're all learning. Like, legitimately, we're all learning. Because I learned the same thing. There were some people and things and places that I didn't want to give up or cut off or even delete or block. But if it was going to be for the betterment of my peace and betterment for me and what I'm going to tolerate for me, especially as a woman, then I'm going to have to get rid of it. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Because now I don't have to worry about the stress it brought. I don't have to worry about it literally sucking the life from me. You know, so again, it's going to be hard, but if you really show that self-love and care to yourself, you're going to do whatever it takes to keep you happy. Acceptance. Okay, acceptance. Understanding and acknowledging your flaws and weaknesses and working to fix them to make you a better person. It takes a strong individual to know when it's your fault, when you're the problem. Because sometimes we see how a person reacts to us or what they did to us as if it's just them. Now, in some cases, it is that person. And that's one of the people you just got to separate yourself from. But in some cases, it is us that might have possibly caused them to treat us the way we are. And it's not sometimes from us being nasty towards more mean. Sometimes it comes from how we see it from ourselves. We are with them for validation, or we don't feel better about ourselves, so sometimes we settle for less, you know? And this is not a message for just my ladies. This is for guys and girls. This is for all of us, especially people who are in our age bracket, because culture is our biggest influence. So this generation and the next generation, our age group and our kids are the very people we have to really get these things in their heads, because of the fact of we're going to lose a lot of them to a lot of the wrong things. And that's what drove me to change my music, my message in my music, because and I don't judge nobody talk about drugs, sex, or that. If you want to do that, that's on you. But I had to change that, because if I'm going to be an example, if I want to be an advocate for change, hope, and inspiration, then it's got to be shown in my craft and what I do. Like, it's got to. It makes you unique, makes you stand out, and it shows where your heart is. And it helps you understand yourself more. It helps you see your weaknesses and flaws as to why you keep attracting certain habits or certain people or certain activities or certain things in your life, and you keep wondering why does the cycle keep going. It's because maybe somewhere in your heart you haven't gotten it together. And this is not to make anybody feel bad. This is to make you better, because we're all in this together for one, and we're all trying to get better in something in our lives, like every last one of us. And the last bit of this topic, gratitude. Gratitude is the key component to manifesting in your life. Why? And I said it earlier on my story action. You gotta be grateful for where you are right now. You gotta be grateful for the small beginnings. Even in the Bible, it says, "Do not despise the small beginnings, because God is preparing to take you to a next level." Is whoopsie do. And if you don't see nothing going on right now, if it's moving slow, be grateful that it's moving slow, because maybe you're not just ready for it to be hitting you like this, and you're just getting prepared. So during that slow time, that's the time when you take time to work on yourself in self-care, meditate, devotion, prayer, whatever you gotta do, and just be grateful. Because why? In one, could be worse. Two, you could be really bored and have absolutely nothing to work on or do. And then three, it's just like, you don't have to be where you are in life. So just be grateful, because when you're grateful for the small things, you're gonna be even grateful for the bigger things that come in your life. So, and scripture reference, real quick. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death." So out of your tongue and out of your heart, the mouth speaks. So if you speak negativity, or more so, if you complain a lot, we all complain. That's just the human in us. But if you complain a lot more than you being grateful, then you're really going to feel like you're not going nowhere in life. Because it's like, prime example, America is a joke. Don't get it twisted. But even though it is a joke and it's a lot of colorism and a lot of hate, crime, and greed, there are other countries outside of us that are under dictatorship and they can't even leave their house. They're in deep poverty and they live in huts or like tents or makeshift homes and don't have no type of electricity. And they have to walk miles just to even get a basket of fruit or potatoes to walk miles back for their family. And they're the most gratefulest people ever, and they have nothing. They have little to nothing. But when it comes to us, we have almost, maybe not everything we can dream of, but we basically have what we need for right now. We still complain. Again, we're all a victim to it. But it's just like that's when you have to change your perspective and elevate your mind and really sit back and realize, especially during this time now when we have the time to do so, because everything's kind of like slowed down and closed down. You got to sit back and be like, wow, I'm here. I am right here in this moment for a reason. And that's all good with me. Why? Because you're alive in this moment when there has been 81,000 plus people in this country alone that has died. Why you should be grateful? Because you could be one of the ones that are sick and you're not. Your family could be sick and they're not. So you gotta just not complain. That's where it more so out of the mouth, the heart and tongue speaks life or death. Like, when you speak gratitude, that's life. When you complain, that's death. You're actually stealing from your own life. When you are grateful, you gotta be grateful for what God has done, but grateful for what He's about to bring in your life, but more so what you have in life. When you speak, Matthew 7:7 speaks on God for what you need, not what you want, and He shall provide. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be open. But the only way this comes is faith and patience, but more so gratitude. Because if you're asking out of a want, you're not going to get it because what you want. But now sometimes God lets you get what you want so you can learn something from it, because you're going to realize what you want wasn't even the biggest thing since like shit. But you got to more so ask and look for what you need. Like, and when it's given to you, be grateful for it, because it didn't have to happen. You didn't have to get it at the time you did, when you really needed it. And these things only come when you show gratitude for what you have now and where you are presently and where you're going to go. And let me hurry up because Instagram have a time limit of 60 minutes and I'm about to get there. And I really hope somebody heard this, because I know a lot of people think that self-sabotage is when only when you're allowing yourself to go through toxic situations or putting yourself down. But sometimes self-sabotage comes from when you quit, when you doubt, when you fear, when you think all hope is lost. That is a form of self-sabotage because you're literally stealing from whatever you don't even know that is going to come for you. So love yourself. Like, tell yourself positive affirmation in the morning. Look yourself in the mirror and tell them that, man, they can say I'm ugly all they want, but if I can look at myself, I know I see a king or a queen, then that's all that matters. Why? Because at the end of the day, and this is going to be cliche, but it's so true. If the whole world was wiped out and it was just you, you gotta love you. You gotta be okay with being by yourself. Like, you gotta be okay with all of a sudden, like for me, example, all of a sudden now, I can count on maybe like five on one hand how many people I have around me. And it's just like I can say that I don't even talk on the phone often anymore. My phone don't blow up how I used to, and I had to find peace with that because why? It's for my greater good. Sometimes either God or yourself has to be strong enough to separate yourself and just be isolated. Not in a way of feeling alone, but that's when you have to be okay with being by yourself. That's actually a form of self-love. Not self-torture. Is a form of self-love because it helps you see where you're wrong, what you gotta fix, who you gotta forgive, what you gotta forgive yourself for, and it helps you see yourself where you're not around anybody else. Who you with? Yourself. So make the changes you need to make. Cut off the people, places, things you gotta cut off. Change your environment and your mindset to do what's best for you. Because it's not going to be from anybody else, and it's not going to come from anybody else, and it's not going to start with anybody else but you, yourself, and you. So I hope that this touched somebody and encouraged somebody and uplifted somebody. And I want y'all, as I always say, to stay safe, stay healthy, but don't feed into the panic and the fear and the confusion. Stay focused and keep going about what you're doing. And don't fret if you're making only a small step at a time each day. And don't fret if there's a day where you don't do anything at all. Spend that time with yourself. Sleep. Like, chill. And it's okay. And I just really want y'all to know that I love every last one of y'all who have supported me. And those who tune in faithfully every week, or even those who are newcomers. I really appreciate it because it's just like I'm doing this podcast to help the community, put my city on the map. You know, I'm not from the city, I'm from Maryland, but you know, DMV, we togetherness, and we need to be on the map because we have so much talent that doesn't get enough credit or credit at all. We get looked over, so it's just me giving back to the community and me just doing what I love because radio, I actually love doing it. Designing, I love doing it now. Music, I love music, so I'm going to help promote those who are doing music or business or whatever it is that you do. And it's just to let people know that we are all in this together. So that's why a lot of things I teach is going to be either educational, in a fun, entertaining way, my way, of course, but also encouraging because people will need it. And even when this is over, I'm still going to keep this podcast going because not too many podcasts. A lot of podcasts and radio stations are promoting a lot of like, and I was going to do something entertainment, but it's just like, stay in my lane. Do something different. Everybody pushing a lot of the drama and the beef and this and that, and it's just like, bruh, who cares? They have nothing to do with us. Who cares? We're not getting paid for it, so okay, they're getting views for it. We're not, so who cares? So that's why I'm not even going to worry about entertainment. I am going to still give do's and don'ts and pointers about the entertainment industry, and that'll be for next week. Actually, that's going to be like a 3 parts situation. This is a lot, okay? But I am not going to highlight any beef, any strife, any nonsense, any shade, craziness, fights for entertainment because that's what a lot of radio stations do. Like I said, I'm going to give education, inspiration, and the truth. That's it. It's not going to change. You don't like it, you don't got to watch. You can unfollow me. I don't care. People still want to watch my stuff regardless. So I want to thank y'all so much. This will be posted tomorrow on YouTube. And I have a big announcement on Friday. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Everybody be safe. Stay tuned in for next week and every Wednesday 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on High Definition Jamz podcast show. I love y'all. Stay blessed, stay safe, and most importantly, stay healthy and stay focused. Catch y'all next week. And we out. Once again, JayySuave. Check him out on all platforms. If you want to be on the show, be promoted, follow me, DM me, let me know. My email is in, okay, my email is in my bio. Check me out, and let's get it. Let's get to work. Much love, peace, and blessings, and light to y'all. Stay prayed up, and stay focused, and stay safe. God loves you, and so do I. We out. See y'all next week.